Good morning, my beautiful goddess in the making. My name is MP, Miss Pravala, your beautiful Venusian goddess incarnate, here to teach you how to use your sexual energy and ancestral practices to become a sacred woman. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons that I know why you're not really performing your spiritual baths the way you're supposed to, or basically why you're not getting results from your spiritual baths. And this is something that I have acquired, of course, over the years, but also being an initiate, knowing the occult secrets of why basically some elements will just turn their backs on you, even though you think that you're following some sort of protocol. But before starting this video, I need you to take a second to click the subscribe button and you click on the bell icon so you can come back every time I post a video. Again, I talk about sexual energy for the woman so that you can transform yourself from within. You can practice sacred self-seduction rituals, how you can use your womb, your yoni, and your feminine attributes as a magical tool to change your life. So let's go. I'm going to show you something. This is a client from my potion package, so it's really custom work. So right now there's this bath and it is slowly brewing, nothing harsh. And this bath is a bath that a client is going to do 3 times a day for 7 days, which is going to ferment and bring her the magic that she wants. So let's go back to my studio. I'm available for potion package booking, so go to my website. I have no intention to ever script my videos because the stuff that I know. Let's talk about the baths. So you're doing a spiritual bath for a purpose. You have an intention, okay? It is work of magic. And if you're interested in anything spiritual, you know, like the stuff that I talked about today, which is basic, and a lot of you make so many mistakes just by ignorance, definitely join my spiritual membership. But if you're part of my spiritual membership, you also know that everything that we do is here in the 3D is to create a portal to the other dimensions, which is basically the invisible, where we're getting all of the momentum, which is then going to create this sort of this effect energetically, which is going to create outcomes in the 3D. So doing a bath is that. It's using elements that are found in a 3D, activating their magical, metaphysical, alchemical properties. It's also activating the entities that have dominance over those elements. If you're using flowers, it's going to be fairy, elementals. If it is the mineral realm, if you're using, like me, precious stones, for example, it's a different category of that kingdom. Some people use gemstones, which I think are soft. They're just mainstream, beautiful to look at, but like really not, for me personally, not effective. That's why I use precious stones and meteorites, also because I'm a Venusian incarnate, so I'm mostly connected with stones and minerals and entities that are otherworldly. You can't just go online and find a bath and say, oh, this is an attraction bath, or this is a money bath, or this is a da-da-da bath, and feel that it's going to work for you. It's never ever going to work for you. All that you're doing is becoming knowledgeable about such ingredients, such and such aromatic herbs or spices or flowers or whatever, knowing their properties. You know how to bake a cake, but you would never bake an amazing cake that would taste good for you. So some of the stuff that you might be doing wrong is, first of all, determining what kind of bath you need. A lot of times people are led or guided by the symptom. They're guided by the scarcity. They're guided by, I don't have this right now, I want this, I need this. So there's a void that they're trying to fill. Even though most of the time there's a spiritual source. What is your spirit family telling you? And I'm using the word spirit once again. It means absolutely nothing, because I can show up with a family of my own goddesses or genies. I can show up with matron divinities or deities. Some people like to play with the high astral and channel ascended masters or whatever, even though ascended masters will never do anything for your 3D. They just give you amazing concepts, and that's amazing, of peace and transformation of the new earth and blah blah blah. How does it help you maneuver through life every day? I don't know. You ask the wrong person. So which entities you're dealing with? Some entities just want offerings. Some entities are going to require certain ingredients. Some entities are bound to their ancestry, so they're never going to be using certain ingredients. It just doesn't get to that. They're just on different dimensions. So you have to know why you're doing what you're doing. first of all. Second of all, there's no one size fits all in terms of spiritual baths. Curating the ingredients is absolutely key. What container are you using? You have to use a container which is designated for your spiritual baths and which has been made holy, so to speak, so that it becomes a vessel through which spirit can work. A lot of people are going to use this container and that container, or using them, to make their salad on Monday, and then on Wednesday they're doing a spiritual bath. It's not going to work. Color of the container is also important, and it ties also to your ancestry. Some ethnicities would want you to use clay. Other ones would be like, we can use plastic, but it has to be the white color. Some others want to use wood. Some others will require you to harvest in the forest, or to go to a special person to get special leaves. It really depends. But if you're using the wrong container, you have the wrong vehicle. Magic is just not happening in that spiritual bath. The frequency of the bath. Some baths you only do once. Some baths you only do, you do cold and you replenish them. Some baths you have to let them ferment and become a little stinky in order for them to be powerful. Some baths you have to do, like the one that I just showed you, 3 times a day for 7 days. What are you doing before and after the bath? Most of the baths, you have to abstain from any sort of sexual activity or stimulation 3 days before and 3 days after. If it's purification, no. If it is something to remove any type of enchantment or curse or whatever, then yes, you have to abstain from sex. And when I talk about sex, I really talk about everything, because sexuality is a spell. No sex. It also means, even though as a spiritual you already know, no masturbation, no climax. We can do like we do in my program, Moaning to Manifest, igniting your sexual energy as you're becoming a sacred woman. Yes, we're playing with sacred sexuality, we're playing with femininity, and we're playing with self-seduction, but never ever to climax. We're using that energy to create a momentum of our own transformation. Moaning to Manifest is still available, so go buy that so you can finally become a woman owning her sexual energy, becoming the master of her creation. Where are you doing the bath? Are people using that bath? Are you cleansing the bath? Have you used stuff like salt, or are you using stuff like white vinegar to purify the bath? Did you pee on the place where you're doing the bath? Some people do the bath, and because they're in the bathtub, they're peeing on it. You're just canceled all of the work that you did. Are you covering the container afterwards or not? There's so many things that you need to take into account. And that's why most of the time you need to seek someone who has that knowledge before you can get into this kind of stuff. If you don't know, stick to very generic baths. You won't get a lot of result, but at least you won't make the spirit world frown and turn their back on you. Yes, and if you like anything pleasure, manifestation, you need to buy my book. The Pleasure Principle is what I talk about there. It's called Addicted to Pleasure, the Goddess Formula to Manifest Our Most Capricious Desires. I love you, and I see you in my next one.